Will Dr. Joe Dispenza retreats change your life? Welcome to my channel. My name is Nidhi. I am a teacher and a guide of creation. And the reason why I am these things is because I've had some profound experiences in the last couple of years doing this work. And it is my absolute passion to be able to share it with the rest of the world that is also on a same or similar journey. So to answer the question, the retreats will not change your life. Not because the retreats are not good. The retreats are spectacular. The progressive, the advanced, anything else, absolutely spectacular. But what we have to remember is that the retreats are artificially muting our environment so that we can spend those 3 days or those 7 days locking into the information, so much so that when we walk out back into our environment and everything's turned back on, we've got enough information to be able to start applying it into real life. But the issue here is that I think too many people, me included, thought that attending a retreat will change our lives. And I did exactly that in 2020. So I had a few health issues that were coming up, along with lots of other stuff that was also coming up. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to get myself to Dubai. I'm going to do this 7-day retreat and it is going to change my life. I'm going to come out feeling like a brand spanking new human being and I never have to think about anything ever again because everything's all good. I'm sorted. That's exactly what didn't happen. Precisely the opposite happened. So we have to remember that the real work begins when we walk out of those doors, when we walk out of the conference hall, the hotel. That's when the real work happens because we are plugged back into the environment, into the familiar, and those programs wake up and they're really trying to get our attention. So what do? I wish I knew this back in 2020 when I left when I left the 7-day retreat. And I went straight back into the environment and it felt like I got slapped in the face and I didn't know how to get back up. I wish I knew what I'm about to tell you now. So attend the retreats, lock in, take on as much information as possible. But the thing that is absolutely necessary is once you get back into your environment, you want to immediately start doing the homework. So what I mean by the homework is you want to sit down and you want to start thinking about who you are being. Who are you being in relation to the thing that you want to create? And who do you need to be in order to create that thing? So I really mean sitting down, taking out that proverbial bottle of wine that Dr. Joe often talks about and really becoming familiar with yourself. Because there is nothing more profound than knowing thyself. And particularly when you're doing this work, if we've done the groundwork, if we've done the homework, then there is less chance of the environment taking us for a ride. So the thing to remember is when we come out, yes, you will do your meditations. Obviously, be consistent with your meditations. But the thing that is really, really important, and I don't think I can express this loudly enough, and obviously I don't want to shout, is do the homework before you fully lock back into your environment. Be prepared for when you step back into the environment. Now, whether that mean situations that you know trigger you, people that trigger you, whether it be something happening in your physical body. So when I came out, obviously I didn't have this information then. I was completely dead and asleep to it. But I had triggers when it came to my physical body, when it came to people, and when it came to situations. I had a triple threat going on, but I had no idea of exactly who I was being and what I needed to be. So I was being pulled left, right, and center by the environment. And then I was wondering to myself, oh my God, I'm doing the meditations. Why is this work not working? Is it just for other people? Is it just not meant to be for me? And I know that there are so many of you in this work that feel the same. But no, this work is for all of us if we do the work correctly, if we do it diligently. So the first thing, once again, the moment you leave the retreat, start doing the homework, lay the groundwork down. And the thing that I would say is be playful with it. Almost use your environment as though it's a playground. Because one of the mistakes that I made was when I came out, and even kind of a couple of years later when I was dabbling in the work, and then I was quitting, and then dabbling and quitting, I was taking the process extremely seriously. So, Dr. Joe and all other teachers, everyone talks about that fine line between the intention and doing the work and also then surrendering. So if there's another really important piece of advice that I would give you is see your environment, see the potential triggers as a playground that is giving you data that you can use in order to understand yourself even better. So it's not for you to go out and see, oh my God, the environment's too much, too many things are happening, I can't handle it, I'm getting triggered and my emotions are all over the place, thoughts are all over the place. That's okay if that happens. But the thing that isn't going to be okay if you are wanting change and if you're wanting to create something new is if you don't use that data to be able to understand yourself on a deeper level. Because as we know, awareness is never ending. It goes deeper and deeper and deeper. The more that we know, the more that we know. So start using it as a playground. And that is when you will say, the retreat changed my life. Because you did the work outside of the retreat to change your life. And that's ultimately what I understood. It took me a couple of years after having come out of the retreat to really understand that I was the one that was going to make the change. And as ridiculously obvious as that may sound, it's not obvious until it's obvious. And I feel like I'm not the only one in this work that has tripped up when I've walked out of the doors of the retreat, thinking that the high that I'm leaving on is going to carry me through the environment. It's not. Because at that point, if you haven't laid the groundwork, the environment is too strong an energy for you to remain in that high feeling, in that high vibration. So, just to recap 2 things. When you come out, immediately do the homework, do the groundwork so you're ready, you're prepared. And the second thing, see your environment, see all the triggers that come up as your playground. Because this data that's being fed back to you, it's golden. These are golden nuggets for you to be able to take on to learn more about yourself so that you can transmute that information into actually being the person that you want to be to create the thing that you want to create. So, I hope that's useful for you. Let me know how it's going for you. Let me know how your experiences have been coming off of retreats. And I always say to people, it's never the retreat that you can point the finger at if your life did not change. The retreats are great. It's what did you do after the retreat? So if you like the video, obviously subscribe, like, share with other people in the community. I also have another channel where I am just dedicating information to everything and anything to do with potential missing pieces within the Joe Dispenza model. Now, I'm not saying that he's not doing great work. He is. I will put down my life's transformation to him. But I have found personally for me that there have been missing pieces that have frustrated me along the way, and I've just always ended up quitting. And I know that there are other people in the work that also feel the same. So there is a channel that is dedicated to the missing pieces. And if there's anything that we're missing, obviously let us know, and then we will obviously endeavor to answer your questions. So be playful, stay curious, and lives will change. Over and out.